Dear students, now let me solve some more questions on just previous questions on the topic of electromagnetic theory. Okay, and here the question is the electric field outside and inside of a solid sphere with uniform volume charge density are given. Okay, so for a solid sphere, for a uniform charge density solid sphere, okay, for a solid sphere whose radius is capital R, and here the electric field inside, that is R less than R, and the electric field outside, that is at R greater than R, is given. This is the inside point and this is the outside point. These two are given. Okay. While the electric field outside is spherical cell with uniform charge density is also given. So let me take this is a solid sphere. This is solid sphere. And another is spherical cell. Let me suppose that this is a spherical cell. Spherical cell. Okay, so here also electric field is given. The correct ratio of the electrostatic energy for the second case to the first case. So we have to find out the ratio of electrostatic energy. Okay, so you can find first electrostatic energy from this electric field and then you can find the ratio also. So the process of finding the electrostatic energy, that is electrostatic U is equal to, that is volume integration half epsilon 0 square into dV. Okay, so this is actually the total charge, total electrostatic energy. So this is, from this expression you can find out the electrostatic energy. Okay, and here for this case you have to find out just like this, that is because E is here inside the solid sphere. Let me take an E1, and outside the solid sphere let me take a E2. Okay, so what will be this? So if you want to find out the expression of electrostatic energy for solid sphere, so you have to just split this integration into two parts. So one is from 0 to R and another is from R to infinity. So if you take 0 to, so epsilon 0 by 2 is outside the integration, and you have to take just 0 to R, just E1 square. Okay, E1 square into 4 pi r square dr. This will be 4 pi r square dr, plus you should have epsilon naught by 2 into integration R to infinity. Okay, R to infinity E2 square into 4 pi r square dr. So now you have to put the value of this E1 and E2. Okay, so inside this sphere, that means this is E1. We have taken this is E1 and this is E2. This is E2. So you have to put this value here in this E1 and E2, and then you have to integrate, and you will get the result. But I am suggesting you to remember this standard result for solid sphere, at least for solid sphere and spherical cell. Okay, at least you have to remember the result of solid sphere and spherical cell, and you will get for solid sphere here, if you calculate the whole integration, then you will get here, it will be 3 by 5. Please remember 1 upon 4 by epsilon naught into q square, okay, upon r square, q square upon r square, not r square, q square upon r. Because you know, let me give you the hint to remember this result. You know, if two equal charge, if two different charge are separated at a distance r, then you will have electrostatic energy for 2 point charge is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 by r. I think you know this result. Now if q1 is equal to q2, you will have 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r, and you will get the final result. You will get the final result for any calculation of these kinds of problems. You will get in final result this term. Obviously this term will obviously be situated in the final expression, so you don't need to remember this separately. So you will always get this term 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r, and this is actually the energy term. This will carry the dimension of energy actually, so it have to appear here. Okay, and just you have to remember this factor for solid sphere, and this factor will be changed to half for spherical cell. So for spherical cell this factor will be half, and for solid sphere this factor will be 3 by 5. And I am going to tell you one another thing also. You might have studied in gravitation also, that the gravitational potential energy will also be like this, but instead of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 4 epsilon naught q square by r, you will get the gm square by r, but the factor will remain same, 3 by 5 for solid sphere and half for spherical cell. So spherical cell you will have u is equal to half into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, into u square upon r. So you will get this kinds of result always you will get. Okay, so if you want to find out prove the result of spherical cell, you can also do, because in spherical shape inside you will have u1 is equal to 0, you will have only outside u2, that is given here, so you will get this term as 0 because u1 is 0, so you will get only this term u2 which is outside the square, and you will get this result. Okay, so let me take this as u1. So first is the solid sphere is given, the correct resolution for the second case to the first, so this is u1, let me take this is u1 and this is u2. So you have to find out u1 divided by u2 divided by u1, because second case to the first case, so you have to find out u2 upon u1. Okay, so what will be u2 divided by u1? So u2 is nothing but this, the factor will be half, and u1 is 3 by 4, 3 by 5, because you know this 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r is common. Okay, so it will be half into 5 by 3, so that will be 5 by 6, so this will be correct answer. Okay, so your calculation will be little less if you remember this result, otherwise you have to calculate the whole integration. Okay, so if you don't want to remember, you can obviously do the calculation. Okay, but if you want to remember this result, you can remember, but I am suggesting you to remember at least these two standard result for spherical cell and solid sphere. Okay, but you have to remember one thing also, that this result should be for uniform for spherical cell and solid sphere. According to this result only this expression will come, but if they change this expression, then obviously you have to go to the integration process. Okay, if sometimes they may change this result. Okay, so if they change this result intentionally, then you have to integrate, obviously you have to integrate. Okay, so please keep in mind this for this kinds of problem. Okay, now let's move to the next question also. So you can see the benefit here for remembering this result, that here directly the question is given: a conducting sphere of radius r has charge q on its surface. If the charge on the sphere is double and its radius is half, the energy associated with the electric field will be. Okay, so here they given conducting sphere. So conducting sphere can be treated as spherical cell, because you know for spherical cell what you will have, you have charge only on the surface, there is no charge inside for spherical cell. But for solid sphere, what we have, for solid non-conducting sphere, if it is non-conducting solid sphere, then what you will have, you will have charge inside also and surface also. But if you have conducting sphere, okay, then you know charge cannot reside inside the bulk of the conductor, so obviously charge will be outside and that will be on the surface. So for conducting sphere, you can treat the conducting sphere, okay, with respect to charge distribution with spherical cell. So we have a result for non-conducting solid sphere, you know U is equal to 3 by 5 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r. We have this result, and for this you have half into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r. Okay, now you can use this result for here. So let me take u as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r half. Okay, now what they ask, if the charge on the sphere is double, okay, so let me take q dash is equal to 2q, charge is double and its radius is half, that means r is equal to r dash is equal to r by 2. Then what will be the energy, new energy associated? Okay, so in that case we will have u dash. Okay, so u dash will be, so what will be u dash? So u dash will be half into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, instead of q, if you put 2q, then it will be 4q square, and instead of r, if you put r by 2, so it will be r by 2. So this 2 and this 4 will be 8. So it will be 8 into half into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by r, and this is obviously u, so that will be 8. So increased 8 times. Okay, so this will be correct answer. It will, the energy, total energy will increase 8 times. Okay, so you can solve these kinds of problems involving electrostatic energy by using this expression. Okay, so I am suggesting you to remember at least these two results. Okay, and this result can be used twice, one for spherical shell and will be similar to the conducting sphere. Okay, thank you.